Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Everett tells Chad about his once in the sanitarium. Abe sat at Paulina's bedside as she slept. Chanel walked by. "Thanks for watching her," Chanel said. "There is nothing in the world I'd rather do than be then beside your ma," Abe said. Abe relinquished his president for Chanel, and she held her mama's hand against her impertinence. "I keep on allowing about all the wisdom that mama and big mama have given to me over the times about dealing with tough times. And the thing that just keeps coming back to me is mama telling me, 'Darling, you cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can acclimate your cruises to make sure you always reach your destination,'" Chanel said. Chanel added that Paulina had also advised her not to let Chanel's pain and struggle make her a victim, but to rather be an idol for someone differently. "Your mama is my idol," Abe rumored. "Mine, too," Chanel agreed. Chanel noted that Paulina would not be awake for a while because of the drug. "I keep allowing that we were so upset about the cancer, and now," Chanel said with a mime. Chanel lamented that Paulina had to endure another challenge. "You know your mama's favorite expression. God does not give us any further than we can handle," Abe said. Chanel jounced in agreement. "Mama can handle anything that is thrown in her way. Is not that right, Mama? You can handle anything and also some. You're going to make it through this," Chanel said. When Kayla entered the room, Abe bounded to his bases to clinch and thank her. "It's my job. And I watch about all of you so much. How are you doing?" Kayla asked. "Moment to moment," Abe admitted. Chanel jounced. "I am fine. I am thankful that Mama has so numerous amazing people in her life," Chanel said. Kayla told Chanel that Paulina was lucky to have a son like Chanel. Abe asked about Paulina's health. Kayla informed Abe and Chanel that Paulina's surgery had been a complete success. "So, the surgery was not the cause of the heart attack?" Chanel asked. Kayla said no, and she noted that it had been a blessing that Paulina had been in the sanitarium when she had suffered her heart attack. Kayla also explained that despite the quick response, Paulina had still suffered damage to her heart. "Paulina is going to have a long road to recovery," Kayla said. Kayla explained that Paulina would need to suffer recovery before they could estimate whether Paulina would need a heart transplant. Chanel heaved, and Abe caught her as she stumbled backward. Paulina stirred awake. "What is going on then?" Paulina asked. Kayla asked Paulina how she felt. "I feel like I was hit by a freight train," Paulina said. Paulina asked Chanel about wedded life. "The first many hours have been perfect," Chanel said. Paulina lamented that Chanel had spent her honeymoon in a sanitarium. "We just want to be close to you," Chanel said. Kayla and Chanel left the room so Abe could spend time alone with Paulina. "You gave us quite the dread there, Miss Paulina," Abe said. Abe told Paulina that she wasn't allowed to leave him, since they were eventually back together. "Here to me. Nothing's leaving anybody. I love you to the moon and back, Abraham Carver." "I plan on doing that for a veritably long time," Paulina said. Abe asked Paulina if she demanded anything. "I need you to promise me that you will take care of my girls. I need you to promise that no matter what happens that you will be there for them," Paulina asked. "I promise. But I need you to hear to me. I need you to hear to me, Paulina Carver. Now you are going to be there for your girls. And you are going to be there for their children as well. And I'm going to be there right by your side. And that is a pledge that I make," Abe stressed. In the DeMera living room, E.J. saluted Johnny. "I know it's a lot there at the sanitarium, is not it?" E.J. said. Johnny agreed. Nicole walked in, and a surprised Johnny hugged her. "Hello. You look like you could use a good night's sleep," Nicole said. Johnny jounced yes, and he asked about Holly. Nicole noted that Holly was upstairs in her room. Enraptured, Johnny asked about Holly's status. E.J. explained that Holly had stabilized enough to return home. This means that she's on the mend, right? Johnny asked. Nicole verified that Holly was breathing on her own, which was a good sign. The coming step is to remain hopeful that she'll open her eyes and smile that big smile and also incontinently ask for her phone so she can check her textbooks and emails, Nicole said with a chortle. Johnny said he was thankful that Nicole and Holly were home. How did Paulina's thyroid surgery go? Nicole asked. They got all the cancer out. There is no metastasis. Still, she did have a heart attack, Johnny said. Nicole heaved. Johnny explained what had happened and that the Crokers had given Paulina angioplasty to open a coronary roadway. Paulina is in stable condition, Johnny verified. E.J. offered Johnny backing if he demanded anything for Paulina or the family. I do have some other news that happened at the sanitarium before moment, Johnny said. Upset, E.J. asked if he should pour a drink first. More like champagne. See, as of now, Chanel and I are hubby and woman. Again, Johnny said as he showed off his ring. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When did this be and where? EJ asked. Johnny gave the details. Paulina must have been thrilled, Nicole said. Yes, she was a veritably happy mama of the bridegroom, Johnny verified. Nicole asked about Paulina's status, and Johnny said that Paulina was staying for the coming part of her recovery. We'll be soliciting for her. And Johnny, I am so happy for you and Chanel, Nicole said. Nicole hugged Johnny. E.J. agreed. Just a little bit hurt that Nicole and I were not invited to the marriage, E.J. added. Johnny apologized. We knew too important excitement presumably was not good for Paulina, so we wanted to keep it limited to just Abe, Chanel, and me, Johnny said. I am just teasing you, E.J. said. E.J. noted that despite his mistrust of Chanel and the history, he saw how important Chanel had bettered Johnny's life and happiness. You two complement each other. And I love that. You have my blessing, E.J. said. E.J. asked Johnny if he and Chanel planned to move into the manse. With a mime, Johnny said he and Chanel hadn't bandied their living situation. Chanel hasn't indeed left the sanitarium since the marriage, other than a quick shower, and she's gone out to the parking lot to get a breath of fresh air, Johnny said. E.J. told Johnny he'd handle the arrangements for space if demanded. Thanks, but I've a feeling we are gonna now want a place of our own, Johnny said. E.J. complimented his son again. Johnny went upstairs to visit Holly in her room, and he held her hand as he sat at her bedside. We missed you around then, youngster. Hasn't been the same without you, Johnny said. Johnny talked about all the effects he missed about Holly around the house. I just flashed back that we're way once due on our coming fencing assignment, Johnny said. Johnny fought back gashes, and his voice cracked as he told Holly that he missed her. Effects are a little excited right now, but I'm going to be back to visit you real soon, Johnny promised. Nicole and E.J. joined Johnny. I hope she heard all that stuff, Johnny said. Nicole said she believed that Holly could hear him and that it would help with Holly's recovery. I cannot help but suppose that if I had talked to her more before this happened, or he did better. I mean, I knew she had this crush, Johnny said. Stop. Here, what you did or didn't do didn't beget any of this, Nicole said. E.J. seethed that the only person to condemn was Tate. Nicole asked E.J. not to be negative in front of Holly. When we are around her, let's just talk about how much we love her and how important we need her to come back to us, Nicole said. Johnny, E.J. and Nicole left Holly in her room and they returned downward. E.J. asked Johnny how it felt to be a wedded man. I am a lucky Joe, Johnny said. Johnny noted that he demanded to return to the sanitarium, but he was glad he'd been suitable to see Holly and Nicole. I know this Joe has missed you, Johnny said as he refocused at his father.